believe we peaked in the 90s. Come on, come on, come on, prove me wrong. Tuck your friendship bracelet back in your shell suit sleeve. Come on back in time with me. Off it again, and hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Project Zomboid. He's woken up a little early, that's fine. He's still got some stuff to unload from his adventures. Doing his rural raiding. So we've got our authentic Z mod. We're hopefully going to find lots of interesting zombies wearing cool outfits that we're going to take. We certainly got the space. We're going to have a box dedicated to cool outfits. Make sure that we've got our generator topped up. Haven't run out yet. Generator hasn't gone off because we've forgotten to fill it up yet. Sure that'll happen at some point. So far so good. Got some more decorations popped out. Some signage. Try and get lots of bits and bobs. Keep it looking random and different. Don't want it all to look the same. We'll have to get into the plastering and the painting at some point. Don't really need to wash the clothes. Doesn't cause us any debuffs or anything being dirty. In build 42, your character becomes uncomfortable. I'm not sure how it affects them directly, but it's not something we have to worry about in this build. It's good to keep things clean. For the realism, you wouldn't want to be wearing clothes that are covered in zombie blood and viscera and stuff. Especially not knowing much about the infection itself. Wouldn't want to get too much zombie goo on you. Yeah, even running the washing machine, I don't think it's gonna use up too much of our generator juice. Even if it does, gas station is only around the corner. It's good to get your foraging done on the way somewhere, rather than just going round in circles. If you're going to cover a distance, and you know there's going to be a car waiting at the destination, yeah, good way to pick up some foraging XP, just to make the journey on foot. As I've said, with the higher foraging level, you get more exciting and useful things. You're more likely to find the really random things that give you the most XP.
So it doesn't feel as bad as some of the other things, with the exponential amount of XP required to level up. As you get more XP from the more random things that you find. Yeah, if that was the main skill that you were leveling up, I reckon you could survive just in the wilderness, crafting things and finding food. Might need to combine it with fishing. I'm pretty sure you could have a survivalist playthrough where you're just living on what you find. We're back into the territory where the zombie bodies are fresh. Get ourselves a vehicle. Clear out the locals. See if they've got any goodies. Got more friends. Hopefully more goodies. Been pretty good. Diligent at disassembling all the watches. Getting that electrical XP. Yeah, fair few hiding in the trees. See one wearing the Spiffo outfit, or one with the same backpack as us. We're still looking for that as a side mission to fully utilize our mod. We need 2 of the same bag to make an extended bag. An Alice pack, they're calling it. I think with his tailoring expertise, he'll be able to just do it. No, the mod requires that we have another backpack. And we do have multiples of the lesser backpacks. Yeah, to maximize, we definitely want the biggest possible backpack. Us to carry more loot. Won't be suffering from being weighed down so often. That's the plan anyway. Got the large backpack. Is this the one we want? Looks the same. Yeah, reckon we're good. More fish and stuff. Yeah, the treasure is the backpack itself, but we'll use it. Yeah, we've certainly got plenty of fishing supplies. So yeah, if you were in a situation where you're just on the riverside, I'm sure you could survive on just fish. Some of them are quite fatty when you get them cooked up. Start putting on the weight if you're just eating fish. Get some nice non-perishable food here. Yeah, nice combination building. Like the stores that have like a residential above it. Good setup. Sort of what we're making for ourselves. Just extending a commercial premises. Another industrial kitchen. Do some disassembly. Yeah, still grinding the electrical XP. Waking up early is doing well. It's making good progress, but I'm sure he'll be tired very early. Why would an open door have an alarm? It's like toilets, like a public toilet. Why is that alarmed? Oh well, it's shotgun time. Gonna fight loads anyway for the alarm. We may as well start firing off the shotgun. See how many there really are kicking around here. Volleys, you want to do a little 360. Yeah, you don't want to be snuck up on by one random zombie and you're focusing on a bunch of them in front of you. Yeah, 84 shells probably wasn't enough. Obviously you need to have enough shells to back yourself up if you're going to pull out the shotgun. Our aiming level up. Should help us be more accurate with smaller weapons when we're using the handguns. That's the idea anyway. If you start off trying to use some of the other weapons, you're going to miss so many of your shots. You're going to run out of ammunition. It's not going to have been worth it. So you use the shotgun to build up your aiming level, so that you're more likely to hit when you're using the other weapons. Gas station junk food. It's another interesting combination sort of place. General purpose store. Got some junk food, but you could also go get some clothing. Little bits and bobs. Look at that, you wait to try and get two or something. You find two at the same time. It's like waiting ages for a bus and then two turn up back to back. Yeah, we've definitely got enough now. We should be able to expand our backpack and maximize its awesomeness. Hopefully that's going to give us extra slots that we can assign our various things to, the tools and stuff that we carry all the time. Like, we probably don't need a saw and stuff for disassembling wooden furniture. Kind of past that now. You don't want to be caught out and want it to disassemble something to get out of your way and then not have the tool on you. So hopefully the weight reduction can carry across. We can just carry everything in the world. clinking and clanking. Like someone hiking with pots and pans and stuff hanging off the back of their pack. Hopefully we can do that with crowbars and axes. Got plenty of loot from this little hamlet. We're making pretty good progress. Working our way through the countryside. Get our loot back. Don't want to mess this up. We've got all the stuff required. There we go. So level 1 we get some extra slots. They're different sizes. They can only take certain things. Which is fine, that's quite realistic if you're sewing on a bunch of extra pockets onto something. Presumably they're going to be different sizes and depths and stuff. But yeah, we've got all the tailoring bits and bobs we need. The patches and the thread and everything. Obviously the spare backpack. So we keep upgrading it as far as it will go. Start making the bar at the bottom ridiculous. Why not? We can. So we find stuff to try and add. We've got options to try and make things backpack attachable. I don't know if the water is usually, if it's in your main inventory, you drink it automatically. So I'm not sure if we're hanging the bottle of water off the bag. Will we still automatically drink from it? I'm not sure. It says it has a slot for adding like a secondary bag, which would be awesome if we could add like a toolbox or something, or like a school bag to the bottom of it. I'm not very successful in getting that to work. That's it. Have a beer. Good excuse for, yeah, you want to fill it up with water. Got a stash of random bottles. Always reuse them for water bottles. Not that I think we're going to be short of water with all the rain collectors we've got. We're so good, so high in our foraging. Getting triple spawns. It's all useful stuff for crafting. Always happy to see the chipstones to make more axes. Can't have too many crafted stone axes. Great multi-purpose. It's not super rare, but it's uncommon to find a wood axe or even a fire axe, unless you're in a place that has a fire station or you come across fireman zombies. Finding a wood axe in a shed or whatever, it's fairly uncommon, you know. I think we've maybe only found 1 or 2 so far. Yeah, being able to craft your own axes is very useful. The hand axes are more common, but they're not very good at chopping down trees. a long time trying to chop down a big tree with a hand axe. A little one that's for splitting logs. All kinds of zombies that are in the main riverside area, which is unusual. I think you'd have cleared everything out. You drive back to base along one road and find that, you know, there's still a couple of randoms. Like, we cleared everything out a long time ago, all these houses. Where if these ones come from, who knows? No! Are we doomed? We don't have time to check. It's a laceration again. Oh no! Always disinfecting first. And sorting out with a bandage to stop the bleeding. Stop the little heart icon shaking. Stressing you out. Yeah. Just to get a couple of windows, really. Just stopping. Only really stopping in those houses to get a couple of windows. Another laceration. Yeah, we're really pushing our luck. I'm sure the chances of a laceration turning here are about 33%. Sort of high 20s at least. So yeah, we're pushing our luck for being able to take lacerations and thinking we're not going to get infected. Just want to hang around the base and sulk. Wait and see what happens. Managed to get a level up in farming. Managed to find a surface that does want to be plastered so we can then paint it. But I clicked on a bunch of things trying to find a surface before this. Only some of the walls, the wooden walls that we've made, will accept the process. Seems pretty odd, pretty random. Yeah, not sure why some count and some don't. That's fine. We're making progress all over the place. Got our next level of farming. We've managed to get our decorator on. There's so much to live for. Still making salads. Try and make it as healthy as possible. Try and give us a little boost. Yeah, I think being full does help you a little bit if you're trying to recover from illness. I don't think it has any bearing on your chances of being turned from a close encounter with the undead. Yeah, as long as we keep it clean, keep it bandaged up, that's the best we can do at this point. Yeah, we got crept up on. Happens to the best of us. Just got to hope to make it through again. Roll the dice and get lucky. Getting cleaned up, getting the nice clean clothes, you know. Just leave things in the washing machine to dry themselves. Not really in a rush in the apocalypse. Got plenty of spare clothes. Have to last us, the apocalypse. Which is hopefully going to be longer than a few hours' time. If he starts feeling stressed and sick. Let him enjoy some VHS. Treat yourself Might be your last night. He's made so much progress. Managed to get all of the slots in the world for his weapons and tools. I think the higher farming level lets you treat crops that are ill. If you have them set up right next to each other, if sort of one square of your crops gets ill, it can spread to the next one. There's various ailments and treatments for the crops. I find it easier to just leave a space in every direction between your plots of crops so it can't spread. Gonna smarten him up, give him a little bit of a trim. If he is going out, you know, he's gonna look smart. Hasn't managed to drop overweight yet. Weight is going down. Hopefully the anxiety will maybe take off a couple of units of weight. Siggy should do it. Sleep. Hopefully not for the last time. Yeah. I was concerned that he might not make it. No, 6:30 the next morning, he's fine. No negative moodles. He's got a dirty bandage. And that's it. It's just healed up. No signs of zombie infection. And healed up pretty quick as well. Suspiciously quick. Just by the next morning, everything's fine. Yeah, don't question it too much. And it carries on. I did half expect him to suddenly get sick and anxious or whatever, you know. I didn't think he was entirely out of the woods because the injury had healed. Certainly. It was in the back of my mind. I think it is a matter of hours that you know if your character's turning or not. I don't think it would ever take until the next day, unless he got bit and then immediately went to sleep, hoping it would just go away by itself. Maybe you wake up in the morning feeling queasy. Yeah, I don't think it's that long you have to wait to find out. I think you can change the zombie infection time in the sandbox settings, so you could make it immediate if you don't want the standard waiting time, whatever it is, to find out. But yeah, you get moodles. You're getting anxious and sad and you're not feeling great, and you know, you put two and two together and you're like, oh, I see, he's turning into a zombie, oh dear. But no, by this point I'm sure he's in the clear. And we'll keep on with the foraging. It's the most useful thing that we can keep doing. Get leveled up. Gonna make these carabiner clips so we can try and attach more things to our backpack. I've got paper clips. Almost thought I would need them for the fishing. Like we're going to need to make extra fishing hooks out of them. Exposure survival taught me that I was always going to need a paperclip. We've got the carabiner. trying to attach bags to the secondary back slot. Although it is attached, it says there is a weight reduction. It's not reducing enough of the weight. We're just carrying a whole bunch of stuff. Got the hedgehog with us, you know, 2 bottles of water, a whole toolbox that has other stuff in it, you know. Yeah, I'm trying to carry more than we need. Yeah, we're so good at foraging now. Find a motorcycle helmet. One of the best headgear you can get in the game. Protect your head and your neck. Kind of conflicts with the hair gel, but never mind. Yeah, you do find awesome stuff. You're leveling up your foraging, getting towards the end. Yeah, try and not let a simple mission to get some windows not result in any more injuries. Get a nice collection of cars. I'll just separate them out. We've got plenty of places to park other than right in front. And park in front of the bar and everything as well. Divide them up by colour or category. Yeah, all the places that we're foraging, they respawn. It's once a day. You can't just walk around the same sort of route every day. It's certainly more fun if you're going on a bit of a long mission anyway. Forage your way there. See if you can find anything useful. Hopefully our weight keeps going down. Get on the salads. Carry more stuff. Getting more scraps with the zombies. Hopefully we can lose that overweight. And blame that for the 3rd laceration. Yeah, if he wasn't overweight, he might have been able to turn a little bit faster, get out the way. Get a little bit more agile. Still taking screws, thinking they're as good as nails, but just never using them. I'm sure there's some metalwork crafting stuff that requires them. Doing pretty well with the windows. Probably don't need that many more now. Until we make another layer or another room somewhere. It will invariably need some more windows. Yeah, doing the exercise, it's a lot of weight of all that stuff going back just into your main inventory. And it's a big hassle having to reassign all the things to slots after you're done. Yeah, we're trying to utilize all of the slots. That's not helping, you know, he's well overweight. And although we've still got room to put stuff in the bag, he's well overweight by the time you've got the bag full. Because of all this extra stuff. Like, yeah, the weight reduction is great, but the desire to fill up the slot is making you take stuff that you don't need. I want to create another layer. The temperature is getting lower, dipping under 10. He's optimistic that he's gonna make it all the way to winter. If so, we want the crops inside so the frost doesn't get them. And here we go. Another layer of windows required. So we'll have space for the crops to still have a space between them. I like getting through windows from both sides. We'll keep the roof off. Let them get the rainfall and everything until the temperature really gets down to less than 5. If you can go that long without getting bumped off by a zombie. Yeah, we'll prepare for like an indoor-outdoor garden. Handy trees have started growing in the garden that we can chop down for wood. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Keep the stuff we've got going on in the inner garden, but we won't replace it when it's done. We'll just use things in this sort of outer ring. And this is really enough to keep us going. Be a few less plots than we were using before. But that's fine because we're producing too much food really, because we're not getting through it all. Even when we're using it for trapping and stuff. Enough resources from all our foraging to make loads of axes. Yeah, we can easily take some trees from round about. Don't want to leave it totally bare. That would be some security. Some natural growth roundabout. So it's not immediately obvious. Looks like there's been no signs of life since the helicopter event. He doesn't want them to come back for him. Be recruited back into the fight. Wants to fight the zombies on his own terms. He's doing the job they would want him to do anyway. Yeah, if the helicopter came back over, it would see the base. Yeah, he's hoping if there's any raiders or anything that they're going to take a different road. If they're passing by, they don't immediately clock that he's holed up there. Yeah, you got to prepare for everything to be a successful survivalist. Yeah, got to try not to get killed as well. Gotta get him cleaned, some nice clean clothes on. Make sure it's got the level 10 tailoring patches on it. Just keep using this little rack with stuff that we've already got patched up. And if we're getting new stuff, add the level 10 patches and add it to that rack. A Muldrow map that we really don't need, gives us heaps of XP. Gets us leveled up. Foraging Master. I'm gonna move a few things around. This inner area would be nice for sort of garden activities. Top up the generator again. we're good. Before we go off adventuring for the evening. All our stuff on the back. Yeah, I really don't want to get tagged by another zombie. Enough of lacerations, thank you very much. He's getting out of puff. Probably from the big clanging rucksack. Yeah, he really doesn't need Pancake the Hedgehog and the steak and the second bottle of water. It's a nice idea to have random tools in the toolbox. If the weight reduction doesn't really pass on, and the borderline weighed down the second to anything in the main body of the rucksack, it's a bit of a false economy. One of these things, just because you can fill the slots doesn't mean you need to, or you should necessarily. Way towards the fantastic country club. It's quite a large area, it encompasses quite a lot of things. A bunch of outbuildings. Buildings of every sort, really. A track for running horses round and stuff. Golf course. Quite a large area to cover. Presumably quite a few zombies in it. That's the last major area we need to do. It's a bit of a drive to come from the base all the way around to here. Yeah, once we've cleared out all the zombies, should be easier to get back and forth. Past the entrance when we were going to escape to the chopper. Should be plenty in here. Previously undisturbed. Yeah, there's a big car park here. Pretty random each time you come, how many cars are going to be here, or what condition they're going to be in, or that sort of thing. It's fairly random every time you play the game. Yeah, fingers crossed there'll be at least one that's ready to go for you. It's good to have that as a backup, a car to take home at some point. Got the big vehicle that you can put all the stuff that's not that important. Leave it in, come back for it, take the little car, be a bit faster. Yeah, it's good to have options of different vehicles. If we take them to that rendezvous point at the sort of start of the entrance, the driveway, at least if things go wrong when we're fighting in the country club area, then we'll have something to fall back on. Yeah, if we get a lot of stuff, then we can take it back in the bigger vehicle. If it's late in the day, we're getting tired and hungry, yeah, take a faster vehicle. There's a few houses there that should have cars and driveways and things as well. Yeah, that's the start of the last section, the big thing that we need to do. To get all of the buildings explored. Search through all the cupboards for all the cool loot. But we're certainly making good progress. Hopefully we can lose this overweight trait sooner rather than later. We don't want our decent protein items going stale or rotten. Let's try and get our meat used up. We are going to lose food because we didn't do everything in the right order. Rather it was some veggies. Being sensible, you would maybe stagger your planting of the crops. Maybe 1 square a day or something. So they would all be ready at different times. You wouldn't have a bunch of things going out at the same time. That would be sensible, but yeah, we're not here for being sensible. Planting a bunch of different stuff. It should be ready at different times. Just take different times to grow, I think. You can water some of it now before the rain. Or head for the fertilizer. Try and speed things up as a way of staggering the time when everything's going to be ready. Clear this stuff out. Have more room for fun in our little garden. Maybe take one of the big picnic benches or something from the burger's place across the way. Get a few more mannequins. Might be having a little barbecue, having a good time. Still plenty of tree cover over here. Base is still pretty obvious, but yeah, over time, nature will reclaim it. Yeah, we can make decent stuff. Other planks, weapons, traps. So having the higher level of carpentry and trapping unlocks different options for different traps. And the spears that you make will be better quality. Yeah, we can just spam a bunch of traps here. Good way of trying to use up our stale cabbage. But really, they don't like it. Hard, if not impossible, to catch a rabbit with some stale cabbage. They just don't go for it. They turn their noses up at it. Picky rabbits, you know. Yeah, sadly, we've only got enough time for the double day episode. There are more involved days when you're going on bigger adventures. Last time he's tired as well. Let him have a little relax before actually going to sleep. Yeah, we'll come back next time and pick up where we left off from. Go on his next adventure with all his stuff and his hedgehog. Until then, do take it easy. I'll see you all in the next one.